I still remember the moment everything changed for me. I was staring at my reflection, feeling exhausted before the day had even begun, trapped in a cycle of low energy and constant distraction. It was then I realized that the power to transform my life didn't lie in grand, overwhelming gestures, but in the small, consistent choices I made each day. If you have ever felt that you are merely surviving your days instead of truly living them, if you crave more energy, clarity, and peace, then you have found your guide. This is not just about English. It is about building a foundation for a life you love. And together, we will construct it brick by brick. Welcome to a special episode designed for your growth and well-being. I am Sasha, and it brings me genuine joy to have you here with me today. Our focus is on a topic that is profoundly important and immensely practical for every aspect of your existence: cultivating healthy habits. Please do not let that term intimidate you. This is far from a rigid science lecture. We are going to explore real-world routines, tangible practices, and demonstrate how seemingly minor daily decisions can create a monumental positive impact on your physical health, your mental state, and your overall joy. Furthermore, as you immerse yourself in this conversation, you will naturally and effectively enhance your English comprehension skills. This session is carefully crafted for B1 level learners, so I will be speaking at a clear and manageable pace, utilizing practical and highly useful expressions that you can incorporate into your own conversations. Are you prepared to embark on this journey of positive change? Let us take this first crucial step together. It all begins with how we choose to start our day. I am a firm believer that the initial hours after you wake up possess the unique power to set the tone for everything that follows. This conviction is why my personal commitment to healthy habits is anchored in my morning routine. Each day, my alarm gently sounds at 6:30 a.m. I have made a conscious rule for myself. I do not immediately reach for my phone. That digital world of messages, news, and emails can wait. Instead, I remain in bed for just a few moments, taking several deep, intentional breaths and stretching my arms and legs. This simple act helps my body and mind transition from sleep to wakefulness, fostering a sense of being present and relaxed from the very start. Next, I drink a full glass of room temperature water. It's a profoundly simple act, but I find it does more to awaken my system than even the richest coffee. Following this, I make it a point to go outside for a brief walk, lasting only 10 to 15 minutes. This is not an intense power walk or run. It's a gentle stroll, where I consciously look at the sky, breathe in the fresh air, and sometimes listen to calming instrumental music or an inspiring podcast. When I return home, I nourish my body with a light breakfast, typically a bowl of oatmeal topped with fresh berries or a homemade fruit smoothie. I make a concerted effort to avoid foods with excessive sugar in the morning, as I have discovered they lead to a sharp decline in my energy levels a few hours later. Cultivating a healthy life, however, extends far beyond the physical body. It is equally about nurturing the landscape of your mind. One of the most transformative habits I have integrated into my daily routine is the practice of taking 10 minutes of complete silence. Some individuals refer to this as meditation, but I want to demystify it for you. You do not need to assume a specific posture or force your eyes closed. For me, it simply involves consciously turning off all digital distractions, sitting comfortably, and focusing on my slow, steady breathing. I dedicate this time to myself before I officially begin my workday. This small investment pays enormous dividends, helping me feel significantly more focused and emotionally calm throughout the day. I find that I can make clearer decisions and I approach challenges with greater patience, both with situations and with people. I genuinely consider this one of the most powerful and impactful habits I have ever adopted. Another daily ritual that profoundly supports my mental well-being is the habit of reading. I commit to reading for 15 to 20 minutes each day, typically during the evening as a way to unwind. Crucially, I do not do this on my phone, where notifications and blue light can interfere. I prefer the tactile experience of a physical book or a dedicated e-reader. My reading material varies from engaging stories and personal development books to simpler novels in other languages, which also aids my own learning journey. This habit serves a dual purpose. It allows my mind to relax and decompress from the day's activities, while simultaneously and effortlessly enriching my vocabulary and comprehension. This practice is a gentle yet powerful way to feed your intellect and find a moment of peace in a busy world. Now, let us turn our attention to a subject that is often surrounded by confusion and extreme approaches: nourishing our bodies with food. Healthy eating stands as one of the most vital habits for our well-being, yet it is also one of the most commonly misunderstood. Many people operate under the assumption that eating healthy requires adhering to a rigid, complicated diet or meticulously counting every single calorie that passes their lips. But from my own experience, I have learned that healthy eating is fundamentally about achieving a sustainable balance and practicing consistency over the long term. My approach is to focus on consuming mostly whole foods. This includes a colorful variety of fruits and vegetables, wholesome grains, and lean proteins such as eggs, beans, and chicken. I do not subscribe to any one specific dietary label or trend. Instead, I make a conscious effort to listen to the signals my body sends me. When I feel genuine hunger, I provide it with nutritious fuel. When I sense that I am comfortably full, I stop eating. This practice of mindful consumption has been a game changer. Another cornerstone of my routine is drinking plenty of water throughout the entire day. I keep a water bottle with me as a constant companion, at my desk at home, in my office, and even when I am traveling. Maintaining proper hydration is a simple yet profoundly effective strategy that helps me feel more mentally alert and physically less fatigued. Of course, I am also a firm believer in balance and enjoyment. I still allow myself to enjoy a treat occasionally, like a small piece of dark chocolate or a slice of cake during a celebration. This is completely acceptable and, I would argue, necessary for a healthy relationship with food. The ultimate goal of cultivating healthy habits is not an unattainable state of perfection. It is about consistent progress. I never criticize myself for enjoying something less nutritious. I simply focus on making more nourishing choices the majority of the time, understanding that each positive choice contributes to a larger pattern of well-being. Let's talk about moving your body, an essential ingredient for vitality that many people approach with dread. I want to clarify a crucial point from the very beginning. The objective is not necessarily to become a dedicated gym enthusiast. The true importance lies not in the method of your movement, but in the simple fact that you do move consistently. For me, physical activity is a non-negotiable part of my everyday life, but it does not require hours of grueling exertion. I commit to doing something active each day, and the form it takes varies. Some days, this means going for another refreshing walk. On other days, it involves a session of light stretching or following a short guided online workout. When I have more time and energy, I love to put on my favorite music and dance freely around my living room. It is an incredibly fun activity that instantly lifts my mood and reminds me that movement can be a source of joy. I am also very mindful of the dangers of prolonged sitting, especially when working from home. To counter this, I use a simple timer to remind myself to stand up and move for a few minutes every hour. I will walk around my apartment, stretch my limbs, or sometimes do a few bodyweight squats. These micro habits might seem insignificant on their own, but their cumulative effect is powerful. They maintain my physical flexibility and ensure my mind remains clear and sharp. If you find traditional forms of exercise unappealing, that is perfectly fine. The key is to discover a physical activity that you genuinely enjoy. Perhaps it's swimming, gardening, playing a sport, or simply playing actively with your children. The ultimate goal is to incorporate enjoyable movement into your life to stay active and healthy, not to endure a daily session of suffering. Now we must address an element that touches all our modern lives, our relationship with technology. I use digital devices, my smartphone, computer, and television daily, as most of us do. Technology offers incredible utility and connection. However, it can easily transform from a useful tool into a significant source of distraction and anxiety if we do not establish conscious boundaries. This is precisely why I have prioritized creating a habit of digital balance. I implement specific, non-negotiable rules for myself. For instance, I have declared meals to be sacred, device-free times. I do not check my phone while eating, whether I am alone or with others. This allows me to fully focus on my food and any company I have. Furthermore, I enforce a strict screen curfew, avoiding all screens for at least 30 minutes before I plan to sleep. Instead, I might listen to soft music or read a physical book, activities that genuinely help my mind unwind and prepare for rest. Another transformative habit has been the deliberate management of my notifications. I once received a constant stream of alerts from every app imaginable, social media, news, games, and it was incredibly disruptive to my focus and peace. Now, I have turned off nearly all non-essential notifications. I only permit alerts for truly important communications, like direct phone calls or messages from immediate family. This single change has dramatically increased my ability to remain focused and present in my real-life activities and interactions. Additionally, I try to designate one day each week, typically a Sunday, as a time for consciously reduced screen time. I spend these hours outdoors, connecting with friends or family, or simply enjoying quiet analog hobbies. This practice provides my brain with a critical period of recovery from digital stimulation and helps me feel more grounded and connected to the tangible world around me. When people inquire about how I maintain my health and energy, my answer is always the same. I simply do my very best each day, and I intentionally keep my approach simple and manageable. You do not require a flawless, military precision routine to experience better health and well-being. What you truly need is to begin taking small, consistent steps forward. Perhaps your starting point is drinking 1 glass of water first thing in the morning. Maybe it is committing to a 5-minute walk each afternoon. It could even be the decision to turn off your phone for 1 uninterrupted hour each evening. These individual actions may appear minor in isolation, but they are powerful because they accumulate over time. Small, deliberate changes, consistently practiced, lead to significant, life-altering results. And when you begin to feel better physically and mentally, every other aspect of your life naturally improves. You will notice a positive shift in your energy levels, the quality of your relationships, and even in your capacity to learn and retain new information, such as the English language. This holistic improvement is the true reward for your dedication. The journey of 1,000 miles truly does begin with a single step, and each healthy habit you adopt is one of those steps toward a more vibrant life. I want to draw your attention to what is perhaps the most underestimated healthy habit of all: the profound power of rest. In our achievement-oriented culture, many people operate under the assumption that being healthy means constantly being in motion, always accomplishing something. However, I have learned that dedicated rest is just as crucial as purposeful action. Your body and your mind are not machines. They require regular periods of recovery to function at their best. For me, prioritizing high-quality sleep is non-negotiable. I make a consistent effort to go to bed at roughly the same time every single night, and I maintain this schedule on weekends as well. My wind-down process begins around 9:30 in the evening. I start by dimming the bright lights in my home and lowering the volume of any background music. Most importantly, I stop using my phone and computer, placing them outside of my bedroom to avoid temptation. Before I sleep, I follow a calming personal routine. I wash my face, brush my teeth, and occasionally write a few brief notes in a small notebook. This is not an extensive journaling session. I simply jot down a couple of thoughts I had during the day or express gratitude for one or two positive things that happened. This habit serves as a mental closure for the day, helping me release any lingering stress or anxiety. When I consistently get good sleep, I feel the benefits in every conceivable way. I wake up with more natural energy, I maintain a calmer emotional state throughout the day, and I find I can make more thoughtful decisions. Sleep is not a waste of time or a period of inactivity. It is a basic, non-negotiable human need, and giving it the respect it deserves is one of the most powerful choices you can make for your overall health. Now, I want to address a challenge that nearly every person encounters on their journey toward better habits: the natural ebb and flow of motivation. It is wonderfully easy to feel enthusiastic at the very beginning. You might declare with certainty, "I will eat healthier starting tomorrow," or "I am going to walk every single day." However, after a few days or weeks, that initial excitement inevitably diminishes. Life becomes busy, other priorities emerge, and you might forget the goals you set with such passion. I have experienced this cycle countless times myself. This is precisely why I no longer depend on the fleeting feeling of motivation to carry me forward. Instead, I build reliable systems and cultivate automatic habits. For example, I never ask myself in the morning, "Do I feel like going for a walk today?" I simply go. The walk is an established part of my daily routine, as automatic as brushing my teeth. I make the habit easy to execute by preparing the night before. I lay out my walking shoes and fill my water bottle. By doing this, I remove the need to make a decision in the moment. This strategy conserves my mental energy for more complex decisions later in the day. Another powerful tactic that works exceptionally well for me is the conscious celebration of small wins. If I manage to drink an extra glass of water today, I quietly acknowledge it with a "well done." If I successfully limited my screen time, I notice that achievement and allow myself to feel a sense of pride. These minor victories create positive momentum, and they serve as important reminders that I am moving in the right direction, even if the individual steps seem tiny. It is vital to remember that building healthy habits is not a race to a finish line. You do not need to execute everything perfectly. You only need to remain committed and keep showing up for yourself day after day. My perspective on health has undergone a profound transformation over the years. In my younger days, I mistakenly believed that being healthy was primarily about physical appearance or adhering to strict exercise regimens. Now I understand something much deeper and more meaningful. For me, true health manifests as waking up each morning with genuine energy in my body. It means feeling strong and resilient enough to fully engage with and enjoy life's experiences. It involves having sufficient mental space to think with clarity, to extend kindness to others, and to remain open to learning new things. Healthy habits are far more than mere tools for physical maintenance. They represent a fundamental form of self-respect. When I choose to drink water throughout the day, I am silently communicating to myself that my body matters and deserves proper care. When I prioritize taking a walk, I am affirming that my energy and vitality are important. When I consciously select rest over additional work, I am declaring that I deserve peace and recovery. This shift in perspective transforms daily routines from chores into acts of self-worth. And this truth applies equally to you. You absolutely deserve to feel good, both in your physical body and within your mind. You do not need to overhaul your entire life in one dramatic sweep. The most effective approach is to choose just one small, kind habit and begin there. Perhaps it is that single glass of water in the morning. Maybe it's a 5-minute walk around your neighborhood. It could be the simple act of turning off your phone 30 minutes before bed. Select one habit that feels manageable. Commit to it consistently. Allow it to become a natural, ingrained part of your life, and let its positive influence gradually expand into other areas. Before we bring our discussion to a close, let me provide you with a clear and concise summary of the fundamental healthy habits we have explored together. These are straightforward practices, yet when performed regularly, they possess the remarkable ability to create substantial positive change in your quality of life. First, begin your day with mindful intention. Wake up calmly, stretch your body gently, and hydrate with a glass of water to activate your systems. Second, commit to consistent physical movement, whether it's walking, dancing, stretching, or any other activity you enjoy. The key is to keep your body in motion daily. Third, nourish yourself with balanced meals. Center your diet around whole foods, listen to your body's hunger signals, and prioritize hydration. Fourth, provide dedicated care for your mental well-being. This can be achieved through quiet moments, focused breathing exercises, or immersive reading. Fifth, establish a healthy balance with technology. Intentionally limit digital distractions and protect your personal time from unnecessary interruptions. Sixth, honor your fundamental need for quality rest. Prioritize good sleep hygiene and create a peaceful nighttime routine to support recovery. Seventh, build sustainable systems instead of relying on fleeting motivation. Remember that consistent habits will carry you further than temporary enthusiasm. Eighth, acknowledge and celebrate your small victories. Every positive choice you make, no matter how minor it seems, contributes to your overall progress. You are not expected to implement all of these practices simultaneously. The most effective strategy is to select just one habit that resonates with you. Make it a non-negotiable part of your daily life. Once that habit feels automatic and effortless, you can then consider introducing another one. I want to leave you with this essential reflection. Cultivating healthy habits has never been about achieving perfection. It is about the gentle, daily practice of taking care of yourself a little more each day. There will inevitably be days when your plans go awry, when you feel tired, or when you make choices that don't align with your intentions. This is completely normal. You are human, not a machine. What truly matters is not the occasional misstep, but what you choose to do next. Do you abandon your efforts in frustration, or do you treat yourself with kindness and simply begin again? Each new sunrise offers a fresh opportunity, a new page waiting to be written. The more you consistently practice these healthy habits, the more natural and automatic they will become. They will transform from conscious efforts into unconscious parts of your identity. One day, you will pause and look back, realizing with quiet pride that you have steadily built a life you genuinely love and appreciate. Remember, your journey with this content is about more than just acquiring language skills. You are actively building a better, stronger, and more vibrant version of yourself. That is the ultimate purpose and power of dedicating time to your personal growth each day. It is about becoming the person you know you are capable of being. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me and investing this time in yourself today. I sincerely hope this conversation has inspired you to introduce small, positive changes into your daily life while simultaneously strengthening your English listening abilities. If you found value in our time together and wish to continue this journey of growth, I warmly invite you to subscribe to our channel on your preferred platform, whether that is YouTube, Spotify, or any other podcast provider. We regularly release new content designed to support your progress. So stay connected and keep learning alongside our community. Every new episode presents a fresh opportunity to advance in your English mastery and enhance your personal life. Until we meet again, please remember to treat your body with care, nurture your mind with kindness, and continue to express yourself with confidence and power. Goodbye for now.